This video is brought to you by Ageless Geeks.
Cowabunga dudes and dudettes, this is Anthony, aka Batbomb82, and today I'll be doing a review of the Medicom Mafex The Dark Knight Returns Batman Triumphant Edition. Now, taking a look at the front, we can see that the figure is showcased in that standard Mafex window box packaging. Turning the box around, we can see multiple images and panels showcasing the figure in multiple posing positions with his different interchangeable parts and accessories. So with the box out of the way, let's crack this figure open and let him breathe. Alright guys, now let's check out this new Dark Knight Returns Batman Triumphant Edition. Now I have really been loving everything that Mafex has been doing with their Batman and DC figures, which is again really weird for me to say as I hated their toys for so long, and I know they still have some QC issues here and there, but they really stepped up their game and they're giving us some really cool things and definitely some of my favorite Batman toys to date. So this one right here is one I was really stoked on. I just think this looks incredible. I think it looks so much like Frank Miller's art. I mean, they completely nailed it. So we're going to check out that head sculpt here. I think this thing looks amazing. First of all, the sculpt itself looks great. I love what they did here. But I also love that they're giving it this black wash to make it almost look more like the comic book, a little more dirty and things like that. But how they did the teeth and the mouth and the lips and the brow, all that look really good, man. So yeah, Mafex has done an incredible job of this. Going down the suit here, I love we're seeing the Bat logo all shredded up and torn again, just like in the comic book. How you can see that in the skin. All the paint looks really nice. It even looks a little bit of reddish, so it looks a little beat up and worn. Again, all throughout the suit, you get a little tear right here on the sleeve. Again, all dirty. The texture of the suit look really nice. You can even see again, like this reddish pinkish color to show that he's seen some scratches and he's bleeding a little bit and he's really beat up. If you look at things like on this fisted hand right here, how his knuckles are actually peeking through because the material of the gloves has been ripped off, so that's really awesome. Belt looks really good. The texture of the pants look really nice. You can see the cutting of, again, his suit all throughout in different areas looking really nice. I mean, and then the wash, man, again, it looks so good. It looks really dirty and things like that. So I'm loving this. A little bit of dirty airbrushing right here at the bottom of the feet, making them a little dirty. So that looks really cool. So I love that, man. Now, the one thing I will say that I'm not the biggest fan of as far as the looks of this guy goes is going to be his cape. I do wish this was a little dirty. And it looks like super clean compared to the figure itself. Now, it doesn't bother me that much, but it is kind of noticeable when you look at the character itself. But the thing is, it is a really, really big cape. Like, you can see how huge this thing is, just encompassing my whole camera right here. I mean, it is really big. So, and this cape is way bigger than the previous Dark Knight one we got, but I do like the pleats and stuff like that. And it does actually have a bendy wire, so you can pose it around, so that's really cool. So I'm going to kind of like bring in the first one right here. This one had a much smaller cape, which I actually preferred for this character. This one is huge, so I don't know, I'm not sure why they did that. I'm trying to think of the comic book. Did his blue cape was it so much bigger? I don't know. But you can see just how massive this thing is compared to this little one right here. And I kind of prefer this smaller one of this black version than this one right here. But again, it's not terrible. It still works really good. I do love the sculpting of the collar area here that drapes into the cape. All of that looks really nice. I wish it was a little more smooth besides the pleats. It does look a little wrinkly, so I wish those were a little flattened, but that's kind of just something I'll have to play with. Still, he looks incredible. They killed it with the sculpt and paint. I think he's just a gorgeous piece. So moving on to the accessories, we do, of course, get interchangeable hands. You got this more flared out fingered open palm hand right here. We do got a closed fisted hand. We also do get These more straightforward hands with the fingers kind of like that. We get ones for, I love all the ones on the right side because they have the knuckles showing through, so they're there, so I think that's actually really cool. If my camera would actually focus, there you go, so that looks really nice too. So you get pretty much all the hands you're gonna need. We even got these types of gripping hands with the fingers a little separated, and those are going to be for the little batarangs that you can put like between the fingers, and we get 4 of those, so those are really nice too, so I really like that. We also, of course, get the Mafex stand right here, which I still have in the little baggie. They're cool. I'm not the biggest fan of these, but they work good for these figures, so that's always really nice to get a figure stand with the actual figure that you're getting here, so I like that. And then the only main accessory that we're going to get is going to be an interchangeable head. You can pop this whole thing off at the neck peg like so, and then bring this one in right here, and there you go. Now we have an unmasked older Bruce Wayne head that I think looks really good, man. Again, it looks so much like the comic book art. The closed up eye, you can see it's all swollen and beat up. I mean, that looks really good. The paint, the hair, all that looks really nice. Now, I was trying to see if we can switch, put that unmasked head on this Batman. You can only take this off by the neck peg or the head like that. I tried taking it off the neck, and I'm sure you could do it. But for me, it's just not happening. So, I mean, maybe if you really try and force it, you could probably do it, but I just don't want to, possibly break my figure, so I'm not going to do that. And then maybe I was thinking of maybe just taking this off at the head. And I can probably kind of do that, see, but it's not really coming off at the peg either. Oh, there you go. So let's see here. Yeah, maybe. Let me try this. So let me see. That's actually the first time that actually worked. So I could do that and then pop that on there. So actually, yeah, there we go. That's cool. I tried that earlier and it was not working, but you can do it like that. So I think that's actually really cool. I love the fact that you can do that. So we're going to take this off here, bring this one back on. You also do get this down collared or a cowl, excuse me, that you slide right over like that, and then put that on so it looks like he just pulled his mask back like so. So pretty cool, man. We get a lot of good accessories here. Nothing crazy, not a whole lot of good of amount, but a decent amount. I mean, what you need for this guy. He didn't really use a whole lot of stuff, but everything that we do get, especially this unmasked head, is really cool. So now moving on to the articulation here, the head and the neck are on ball joints, so you get lots of good motion there. It does turn left and right, up, good amount, down that far, pivot side to side. Arms can go full 360, up and out that far. We do get a butterfly joint in the cup right there, so you get some extra motion there. Rotation of the bicep, double jointed elbows that bend a little bit about that far. Rotation at the wrist, as well as a hinge at the wrist. We get a double ball peg in the midsection, so you get lots and lots of good motion there, so I love that. Rotate back about that far, pretty good amount. Some gapping in there. Bend forward about that much, so that's pretty good actually. Then pivot side to side. Hip joints kick forward that far. You can pull these down a little bit and shift those down like that, so you can get kick up and out to the side even more, so that's pretty nice. We can rotate the ball peg up there. Double jointed knees. Ankles go up, down, a really sweet ankle rocker, and then we do get a toe articulation. So overall, I think this guy is so awesome, dude. Again, it is crazy to think that I have been bashing Medicom Mafex for so long now because their figures were so garbage at one point, and I just refused to buy them. But I finally decided to give them a chance with these new Batman and DC figures that they've been doing, and these more comic book accurate figures, which I actually do like. And they're doing a really good job. Again, I know there's a few QC issues still here and there. I understand that, but luckily I've been happy with everyone that I've gotten. And man, I cannot wait to have so many more. I know they're coming out with an Azrael Batman one that I'm from the 90s. Holy crap, I cannot wait to own that. But this guy is gorgeous. I am so stoked to have him in the collection. And in my opinion, he is definitely a must get. So for a quick size comparison, here he is standing next to a Marvel Legends Deadpool and McFarlane Batman figure. Also for comparison, here he is standing next to the black version also from Mafex. And just for fun, here he is with little Lego Bat Bomb. So there it is, guys, my review of the Medicom Mafex Triumphant Batman. Now, overall, man, I am very impressed with what Mafex has been doing with his DC figures and the more comic book line. Again, I've always complained about a lot of their stuff, but they are getting better and better, and I'll openly admit that I'm really glad that I've gotten back into this line, because these guys are awesome. This Batman is so well detailed. The sculpt, the paintwork with that dark wash to make him look dirty and beat up, all looks really cool. I guess my only real big issue is going to be the cape. It's a little too big for my personal taste, but it's not terrible, and it doesn't really get in the way too much. The articulation works very well. I love the interchangeable parts, and I do dig the fact that you can interchange the unmasked head with the black version, so I think it's really cool too. So man, I love this piece. Again, I think I'm going to be all in with every Batman from now on that Mafex makes. They are so awesome, and definitely a must get. So please comment, like, and subscribe. Stay nerdy, my friends. Peace.